Let's all welcome Fabio Santos. He came all the way from Portugal to give this lecture.
Thank you. As Dev said, my name is Fabio Santos. I'm from Portugal, and I directed 4 tempos, or quatro tempos, as we say it in Portuguese. I'm gonna give a presentation about how I made my short film with a first-time cast and crew. As everybody seen my movie at the math screening? Well, sorry, but gonna watch it again. So I think we'll start with that. Thank you. So, get this ready. I'm going to talk a little bit about the movie, but I want this to be less a presentation and more of a dialogue. So if you have any questions in the middle of it about things that you think you might need for your movies, you can interrupt me and you can make a dialogue out of this. So, the first slide, it's about the challenges I had while making this movie, and the first one was just getting started. I spent quite a few years just thinking that I needed a new camera or a new microphone or new this and that to make a movie, and well, it does help, but it's not really necessary. So now we have phones that can shoot much better than cameras that filmmakers had 20 years ago. So we can just use this and small laptop and make a movie. So that was the first challenge for me, to just get out there, get out of my own head and just start it. And after that, just did it. Another big challenge that I had, this was particular for this movie because I had several extras, and all of them were kind of busy because they were dancers, so it's kind of hard to get them. It was really tough to get everyone there in one day when I was trying to schedule the shoot for the classroom scenes, because everybody had something to do. So I started out thinking that I could have like 10, 20 people as classroom extras, and when the time came, it was just, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, something like that. So that was one of the most difficult parts in this particular case. One thing that I think is very important is just preparing, because, well, if you don't prepare, even if you prepare, everything's gonna end up going sideways, because it's Murphy's Law. And so if you can, there are several forms you can use. Just prepare how many shots you want, make a shot list, prepare everything, because when you need to start shooting and press record, things are gonna end up going bad. So if you prepare, you can at least try to minimize it. And be ready to ask some favors. Most of the places I shot at were people that I helped before, I don't know, taking pictures of their events and whatnot, and when I needed a space to shoot, well, didn't even have to pay for it, because they allowed me to get in there. Location. Yeah, this was the place that I wanted to shoot at in the beginning for the first shot, instead of
the water fountain.
Yeah, exactly. So let me see. So, well, I had this in mind because it's in the middle of Porto. This is the town hall. The main building is the town hall. It's a beautiful place, and well, I didn't think there would be many people there because, well, every time I'm there, it's just like that. I go there mostly at night because it's where a lot of bars are and whatnot. So when I got there and that day it was supposed to rain until like 2 p.m. and we're gonna be there at 2:30, so we'll be all right. We get there, and if you go this way, this street goes down, and then you go up that way to leave. So when we get there, the place is, even though it was raining still at 2:30, I don't know why, the whole place was full, a lot of people there. I was like, how is this possible? A lot of tourists there, and there was no way I would be able to shoot there because I don't even have a place to put my camera. So I had to quickly try to think about another place, and then I chose the other one. But because of all that, of all the people that was there, for me to go from there to there, it took like half an hour or something like that. Just go down the avenue and come back up. So yeah, time was, when you're shooting a movie, time's always on the essence, and when something like this happens, it's pretty stressful. So it was maybe a lack of judgment and preparation of my part. So as I said here, preparation is key, and even then, things like this happen. This is about distribution, so I'm not going to get into that so far. Another interesting thing that happened during this shoot was when we were shooting the fall, when she was with the crutches. This was like kind of a true story. The main actress was my cousin, and she had an injury on her knee, and she's a dancer, so we kind of wrote it while she was recovering and try to get some things that happened to her in the movie. She actually had a fall while she was on the crutches, and no one helped her. It was like a full street full of people running around, and no one helped her, and she was just looking everywhere and nothing. When we were shooting the movie, though, there was like 3 or 4 people passing by, and most of them really far away. She fell, and I was shooting. She fell. I stopped the recording, and 10 seconds after, maybe even less, 4 people were already there, just running. So it was.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting that when she actually needed it, no one was there, and when we were shooting it, people appeared. So everyone has any question in terms of? I'll be talking about distribution then. For this movie, I wanted to make a local premiere and deal with everything myself. So I was actually here last year when I started idealizing the whole thing, and I thought about film festivals and then releasing it online, but the main thing I wanted was making a local premiere and having people there and dealing with it all myself so I could keep the ticket costs down, and that's what I did. The place where we shot the last scene in the movie, they let us do the premiere there pretty much for free almost. It was a pretty low cost. So we did the premiere there. We managed to pack the place, 100 and something people. And since it was a short film, I tried to get some more to give more time to the whole thing, so people won't pay just for a 7-minute film. So we had a red carpet and then the movie, and when the movie ends, it kind of leaves you hanging for wanting to see the group actually performing at the, at the thing that we're preparing. So I had like a group performing live after the credits, performing this music plus a mix of their music, and the Q&A as well. So I try to make a 1 hour and a half kind of thing to try to give people a little bit more. And now I'm trying to do film festivals. I'm going to be at Riverbend and hopefully maybe some more. And then I'll be releasing it online so people can watch it on YouTube and that.
That was really smart. To have them dance after the film. That would really bring it home for them.
Yeah, I really like the idea of having like a continuation of the movie and kind of give a sense of, well, they're coming out of the screen,
Yeah.
sort of, yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
So in terms of the actual presentation, this was like most of it, and now I want to have a dialogue with you about, if you have any questions about things that you saw in the movie that you want to know how I pulled them off, or if there's something in your movies that you want to do, and I could give you any tips or ideas. That's
The background music, how did you accomplish? Did you make that yourself or?
no, actually, Eddie Bibian is from. Where is he from, Tim?
He lives in Michigan City area.
Yeah, he lives in Michigan City, and he makes some musics, and I try to talk to him. I tried to go to that route of trying to license some musics and all that, and it was really expensive, and I didn't have the budget for it.
He scored the whole movie from the
No,
beginning to the
no,
end?
he had that song. I asked him if I could use it, and give him the credit and all that, and that was like the main musical aspect of the movie, and then there was some other music things like score things, and that was me
Oh,
mostly. Yeah.
good job though.
Oh, thanks.
Amazing.
Dave?
At the very end, in the last shot, the dancers seem to be looking toward the audience, except for your star.
Mm-hmm.
And was that intentional?
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed before all that, there was a shot of her knee, and she was trying to. She told the teacher that she was all right, but maybe she couldn't be that well. So I wanted to leave that impression that she could be well or maybe not. Yeah. She was kind of trying to focus on not having pain while trying to also be ready to dance in a few seconds.
Yeah, and I like when she fell and you had the overexposure
Oh.
laid out.
Mhm.
For anyone that's injured themselves before, that's often how things look to them. Blood will flow real fast, and their eyesight will just wipe
Mhm.
out. So that's pretty representative of an actual injury.
You mean with the car?
Yes. Yeah, right after she's hit by the car.
I thought she died.
Maybe she did.
She did not.
Yeah, that was short.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to give it a sense of, she gets hit by the car, then an ambulance arrives, and all the lights try to kind of blind you. So there's that, and you can also hear a little bit of a siren going in the background after a few seconds. So that was mainly it, but there's also the thing that you mentioned, like the impact. You get all confused and all that. So I think we have a question there
Yeah.
first.
How are you connected to Tim Richardson? That's why, I mean.
Oh, yeah, that was
I
back.
never got that connection.
That was back in 2009. He was trying to find people to do visual effects for Harry Potter, and on my YouTube channel, I had some like visual effects stats of like spells, Harry Potter spells. So I think he messaged me on YouTube, which at the time was the worst messaging system ever. So yeah, I was lucky enough to actually read that because YouTube didn't even notify you that you had a message. Yeah, we met from there, and I did some visual effects for the movie. Then he did Throb It and invited me to come over to be a PA, a production assistant for the movie.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that the actual screenshot of your project, of the project?
Yeah, this.
And how long did it take to put that, everything together like that, edit it?
I finished the last day of shooting. I think was in the first week of August, and I wanted to have the movie ready the first day of September to start sending to film festivals and all that. So yeah, it took me 3 or 3.5 weeks to editing, and then color correction. You can actually see there. It's like a before and after of the color grading. So yeah, I think it took me like 1 week for editing, and then one more for color grading and all that. And I wanted to have like 1 week and a half for sound, because even then, I think I maybe needed more time because there are some things in the sound that I think could be a bit better, but I wanted to try out doing some Foley and all that, so I took some more time for sound in this case.
Did you have any extra sound and lighting that you needed to put on it, or did you just use your phone? Was that it?
For what?
Like, did you have to have extra lighting or
Oh, yeah,
or sound
yeah.
equipment?
Yeah, most of the budget that I had for the movie, I ended up buying equipment like light stands and all that, and I already had some lighting, so I used the lighting that I had, some of that material, and then those light stands and all that. I had a boom mic. I actually made a boom mic out of a $5 IKEA, like those things that you put the curtains on.
Oh, curtain rod.
Yeah. So yeah, I was looking through IKEA with a friend of mine. He was supposed to be doing the sound. It was like his first time doing something like that, and we're there just trying to find some other thing. I don't even know what. And I had like something I made out of PVC pipe. But then he looked at something there and was like, maybe that works, right, for the boom mic. Well, it's $5. Let's try it. Yeah, ended up being a really nice purchase.
Can you tell a little bit about yourself, where you study, what got you into film?
Well, I did study at a college for computer graphics and multimedia engineering, but I dropped out on my second year because I wasn't really enjoying it, and that's when I came here to do the Throb It, because I thought it was more multimedia and all that, and it was mostly a computer programming, which wasn't what I wanted, so I left college at the time, and that's when I started doing freelancing and all that, and learning more. I was always self-taught, so I decided to just keep trying to learn things by myself and doing things and learning by doing things, so that's mostly how I'm doing things so far.
What are your freeform templates?
Oh, yep, glad you got that. So when I was trying to do the pre-production, I was trying to see all those forms, like the shot list and, I don't know, the cast, crew, so I have everything there. And everywhere I looked on Google, I only had those things that you could print out, but you had to actually type on them. You couldn't, like, fill it on Word or a PDF or something like that, so I just decided to do my own versions. And well, since they were really handy for me, I decided to just put them on my new website, which is right there. And if any of you needs one of those forms, you can just go visit my website. I think if you go to the About section, there's a link there that goes to the whole thing. I can even try to see which ones I have. I think I have like 10 different forms there. I'm not sure about the names now, but yeah. So if you go to the About section, there's some place here, yeah, movie forms. Yeah, I have the call sheets, cast list, crew list, locations, a script breakdown, script supervisor report, shooting schedule, all this. And I do want to keep improving on this thing, so if there's something you think I might add, like a new form or just correcting any of this, you can also send me an email with those corrections or asking for those things, and I'll just make a template out of them. I can even try to download one of them.
Actors release?
Well, send me an email with that, so I don't forget. So it's opening one of the screens. Yeah. So here's the cast list.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have your logo there. You put your title here, and there's also casting director in this case, directed by the producer, so you can fill it out.
Everything is editable?
Yep. Yeah, that's why I made this, because none of the forms available online were editable. So I wanted to make my own.
It's good.
So do you think like organization is the key, like to and being over prepared is the key to getting things done on time? Because it seemed like you had a really quick turnaround, and I think you did a really good job editing in that amount of time. Especially with a new cast and everything, the organization over preparation is like kind of the key to getting the ball rolling.
Yeah, and that's why I think these forums and having forums is good, because you have everything on paper. It's easier to get every idea on your head, because even if you forget something, it's there. So yeah, if you prepare, things will turn out better, I think. But even then, sometimes things can just get wild, and things like what happened to me on that location thing can still happen. So
Before you started shooting, how many production hours, not editing, did you estimate it would take before you started?
3 days. I schedule it to be like 3 days of shooting, or 3 afternoons.
How long did it actually take?
3 afternoons.
That's unusual.
Yeah, but the first day was just wow. The first day was the one where we had all those extras, and at first I was like, I wanna have like a full day of shooting, and then they told me, oh, we can only be there after lunch. So, okay. We start shooting in the afternoon, and things are starting to go slow and slow and slow. So the classroom scenes, I just, instead of trying to make all the angles I had intended on my shot list, I was just, well, let's first make a wide shot, get that, and if I have extra time, I'll just have one more shot, just one more, not even like the 5 or 6 I had planned. So that's how it happened. So I wouldn't have to get an extra day of shooting.
You're gonna talk about, you made your dolly, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Those dolly shots in the end, I made my own DIY dolly with add PVC pipes as the railings, and I don't even have a photo here, or I would show you. And yeah, used some wood to make the base, so I could even stand there. It's like a big dolly where you could have the camera and the operator, and cost me instead of having to pay like $1,000 for something like that, I made it for like 100 or something like that.
Good.
What was your cost budget on product items that you needed?
Oh, I might not have it here. It's back home.
Roughly.
The budget for the movie was $600, because I planned for 400 more or less, and then Tim helped out a little bit as well, and the bonus that I had, I just spent it on equipment, all those light stands and that. So in terms of, what was your question again? Like the initial thing?
Your initial budget. I mean, how much did you actually spend, roughly?
I don't think I actually had like a set budget in mind. Like I actually have to have this, but I think it was like those 400, and then ended up being 6 because I have that extra.
Right.
That's pretty good. Good quality of work, that much money is very good.
Yeah, maybe my next film will be maybe lesser, because I managed to buy a lot of equipment just to prepare for next projects.
Well, like wardrobe. You guys wear their own clothes and stuff? or-
Yeah, everyone used their own clothes. Yeah, the dance people, the dance crew, I normally help them out with doing their music videos, their dance videos. So they normally have plenty of different clothes for their own thing. So I just told them to bring whatever seemed to work for students of their age. So it was mostly that.
You want to talk a little bit, what kind of camera did you use?
I used the Canon T3i, it's kind of like that one over there. And I had some cinema lenses that I bought a few years ago. They're from like an off-brand that now makes them. Yeah, that was mostly my rig for the movie. I think I only used that one lens that I bought that time. Tried to always use the same lens because it was the one that was giving me the better image quality.
What are some recommendations you make for people? I know you watch a lot of videos online for improving about filmmaking. What are some things you recommend or some things you found valuable?
Well, have anyone ever heard of Cine Summit?
C.S. Emmett?
Cine Summit. It's actually going on now. It's on
I heard
You heard about
I signed
it?
up for it too.
Yeah, it's today.
It's today, yeah.
Yeah.
It starts today, but I'm
Yep.
here, so.
It's on the 6th edition, and this one cinematographer normally talks to other people on every level of the industry. On these years, there are panels from a DP that shot a Coca-Cola commercial and from car commercial and all that, but there's also like things about using a DSLR and making it look like a ARRI or something like that. So yeah, you can sign up for that, and it's free to watch for the first 24 hours. So today, it starts today, there's like 4 panels that you can watch, and they're available for 24 hours, and then they just wipe them out and put the ones from day 2. And if you want to have like a backup to watch whenever, you have to pay like $100 for that. But if you manage to get that on the actual day, it's free, and they're really good.
You mentioned having scored some of the film. What did you use for that?
I used Contact. I have like a small MIDI keyboard, and I use that with Contact and some basic libraries to try to make some sounds. I do love listening to soundtracks and all that, so every chance I get to try to make some small things. I'd love to know a lot more about music, but there's no time to learn about everything, I guess. Yeah.
Did you use Logic or Cubase or what?
Oh no, I just recorded straight to Audition, like as an actual .wav file. But yeah, I should try to make it on an actual music platform, so I get more flexibility. Anyone else? Oh, Chris.
I had a quick question on the falls that you had in the movie, because I know that they're kind of tricky. I was specifically really impressed with the one when she was on the crutches and fell. It actually caught me.
Huh.
You know?
Good.
And I was wondering just exactly how you set that up, because I mean, I understand you just can't have somebody just really fall hard, but that looked like it was.
Yeah, especially since she was still recovering from her actual injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did that on the second take. I think that was the second take. So yeah, I just set the camera. We try to see the best way for her to do it before actually starting recording, like trying to mimic which way she should
I didn't
go.
know if there was any special things that you did to make it look more realistic.
No, I don't think so. She just fell, and then we had some.
Was it a take? I thought it was like, was it a take? Or
Yeah.
the one shot she was falling and then she was on the ground?
Yeah, she was falling. Then I had a shot of the just one of the crutches just falling down to give it a little more impact, and then
Okay. So
maybe that helped. And
very
the
good editing.
yeah, and also maybe the sound had some sounds to make some impact on the actual soundtrack, the score. So yeah, maybe it was it. And yeah, we actually ended up having an interesting shot because when we started rolling and she was coming down the stairs and just some random person passed by. And she didn't notice, which was good, and I just let it record. Yeah, because he didn't even look at the camera. His face didn't appear, so I was like, please don't look at the camera. He ended up stopping nearby, and he was like on the edge of the frame, so I had to scale it up a little bit because he just stopped there and started smoking, and then she fell, and he was like, yep. So I had to scale it up just to cut him out. But yeah, it ended up going well with a nice flow because he was just walking by and looked at her like, huh, she's walking down the stairs or something like that. And then she fell, and I told her, oh, did you see him pass by? And she, well, do I need to do it again because it's kind of hurting? You know? I was like, no, it was like really good when he was passing by. You had a question, right?
Oh, I was just here for like toward the end of like what are your next projects? Or...
I have no idea still. I have some things in mind, but I haven't actually started writing anything. I did buy a drone, so I'm gonna try to have something maybe action focused, so I can have some, I don't know, POV shots of cars or something. I'm not really sure what it'll be about or the genre or something like that.
Do you think you want to keep shooting music video? Would you rather do music videos than
Well, I'm
drama,
gonna try to make more music videos as my freelancing thing. I actually just rented a studio space, so I have to start, making more money as a freelancer and videographer and photographer. But yeah, I think it's most making money so I can buy more equipment to make more movies. It's gonna be mainly the idea.
probably be a good idea for people that want to have some pictures of what they do. I think dancers dance an awful lot and very seldom have places to showcase their talent.
Yeah.
My daughter was a ballet dancer,
Oh.
and I know how hard it is because if you're not with a company, you don't get seen. So if you have somebody that can take pictures of your work and send it around, you have a better chance of getting into a company.
Are you saying there's more call for belly dancers than ballet dancers?
No, ballet is a very classical thing, but there's not a lot of places where you can showcase your talent. But to have somebody be able to film you actually doing something, and then you can send that around to places, maybe get with a company.
Yeah, sometimes there's some, I don't know, dance crews and like dance schools, and sometimes they do events at the end of the year, like Christmas things or summer things, and me and a friend of mine go and record that for them. It's part of our freelancing gigs. So yeah, we have a little bit of that, so we hope that we can get more, dancing gigs and music videos and, I don't know, commercials and small promotional things.
Yeah, that'd be a good income producer.
Mm-hmm.
So how is the film industry scene and all the festival scene in your country? Is it any different from what we have here? I mean, you've been to Riverbend the last time. Are they like similar?
I don't think I've ever been to a film festival in Portugal so far.
Oh.
There are some.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some, but I haven't been in one so far. Hopefully I can be there and submit a movie to it one day. But no, in terms of film festivals, I have no idea. In terms of, movie going and all that, it's mostly the same movies that you guys have here. All those blockbusters and all that. That's what we have at our shopping malls and our theaters there. The Portuguese film production industry is growing a little bit, though. I think we've had a lot more Portuguese-speaking movies in the past 2 or 3 years, which is good and maybe an opportunity even for me, maybe. Because
what would you say is the factor that's encouraging that? Is that like the cameras are cheaper now, or?
Yeah, I think it helps. And one thing that they're doing there in Portugal, which is something that people are doing here as well, is trying to remake things. So classical Portuguese movies from, I don't know, when still everything was in black and white and all that. They're trying to remake one of those, and the theaters were just packed. Something we don't really see there on even American movies and blockbusters, which was interesting.
Well, you need to do a feature next.
Well, I don't want to make such a big jump just from this to a feature, but yeah, hopefully one day. I hope I can make a few more shorts before, and maybe even try to make some lower budget shorts, and so I can produce like 3-4 per year. That would be good, and then I'd be able to make a feature, because people around me would be used to being on a set and how things work, all that dynamic, and I'd be able to understand the flow of a movie set better, and how to plan things and schedule things better.
What, for you, Fabio, what genre of films do you really like? I mean, what inspires you to create something?
Yeah, I like a little bit of everything. I watch a lot of TV series and movies as well, but lately it's been quite a lot of TV series. Sometimes I just watch one season just in one sitting, just bam, like 8 or 9 or even 15 hours straight.
Now, is there anything that you're looking for, really?
I like drama. Really like, I don't know, David Fincher stuff. Like Gone Girl, Social Network, Scorsese. I really love a movie that he did that isn't really something that you really think it's a Scorsese thing. Hugo. I think it's really interesting. It's really magical, and
Oh, yeah, Hugo,
That
about
was
the
a
little
great-
boy in the film.
That was a really good.
Yeah, that was a brilliant,
Yeah, I
not
really-
like his stuff at all.
yeah, it's really different from what people are used to coming from him. Yeah, it's a lot of that. I watch a lot of movies, so I can really pick something that I'd like to do, but it's around those things. I really love Inception as well, and most things that Christopher Nolan does, especially because the music in those is also brilliant, and Zimmer. So yeah, I like to make drama mostly.
Well, if you could do a drama about a budding musician, maybe you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You get to know about music
Yeah.
and do a drama. I mean, you'd have to figure it all out. But music is really, interesting. Especially if you take someone that's learning and then you see them in a symphony, or when it all comes together, it's really, really beautiful.
Yeah, one movie that is quite recent that talks about music is Whiplash, and I really loved it as well. Damien Chazelle does a wonderful job, and I don't know if you learn about how he actually wrote that thing. He was trying to get La La Land made, and it was rejected like for 5 or 6 years. So one day he just stopped. I think he closed everything, all connections to the outside world. He started writing things, something just out of sheer, contempt for the world, for all that rejection. So he tried to write Whiplash. He closed it off. When he finished it, he just put it inside. Set it apart for quite a few months. Then he just looked at it one day and tried to pitch it to some producers, and it got made. And all that visceral writing of his really came out really well when he actually shot the movie.
Anyone else? Well, thank you again, Fabio. Appreciate it.